Okay, everyone, here we are. These are my colleagues who are in the office today preparing for their various show. Let me get to them and let them introduce themselves. This is one of my editors, my colleague. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, OJ Matthew?
Yes, so today.
My name is Jeffrey Adiku.
Oh, Jeffrey Adiku. What are you preparing for right now?
I'm preparing for a program by 9 o'clock. It's a talk show program.
Okay, so that means you're on duty tonight.
Yes, I'm on duty tonight.
You are taking over from me.
I'm taking over from OJ Matthew.
Yes, it's taking over from me because very, very shortly I'll be going for the news, and then after the news I'll be presenting the sports show. I've prepared my scripts already, and he's not here alone. Jeffrey is not here alone. This is
Honorable Aped the Great.
Honorable Aped the Great, the man who handles one of our specialized programs right here on Vision FM 92.1. Honorable Aped the Great, what are you doing right now?
Well, as always, I'm preparing for my program. My program will be coming up at exactly 7 o'clock.
Yes,
so,
exactly 7 o'clock.
Yes, Ayakata Assembly. I'm the Honorable Speaker of Ayakata Assembly, so I'm preparing for the show. I hope you know how we do it. After OJ's sport, I'll be taking over from OJ and I'll be doing Ayakata. And after me, then Jeff will be saying hello.
All right, guys. We are still into the situation happening globally. This issue of COVID-19 and the rest. How has this affected your job as radio presenters? Aped the Great.
Well, it has really affected our job. Not just the radio presenters, but basically as a radio presenter, it has really affected our job because during this period, we just needed to do more. And we've been doing more. We've been trying our best possible to ensure that we give out the necessary information. And we also take risk. During the lockdown, you listening or you watching me, you were not allowed to come outside. But we being essential workers, we are allowed to come out, and it wasn't fun. We are just taking risk, okay, and just for you to get the necessary information to know more about COVID-19. But to the glory of God, the lockdown eased to an extent, and we are still pushing. So as media men, it's not really been fun. It's been so hectic. It's been very tough for us, both. With our work and otherwise. I'm sure OJ, you understand the otherwise. You understand?
Jeff, if I may ask, sorry, viewers, this place is actually dark because of the lighting, but just bear with us. Jeffrey, COVID-19 and some of the challenges as a media man. Can you share your experience with us?
As a media person, we are actually exposed to a lot of risk and all that, but that's exactly what we signed up for. You understand? So we come to the office all the time, and during the time where there is 24 hours lockdown, of course, it's not to it doesn't apply to every other person, but especially those that are offering services like the force, the press, the nurses, and the rest of them. But sometimes we still encounter some difficulties with the military guys on the roads, the police guys, and the rest of it. That's one of the difficulties we face. And then sometimes when we are in the studios, we have guests and all that. If OJ Matthew is safe, if Aped John is safe, if Jeff is safe, what about those that come to the studio? So we're actually exposing ourselves to danger, but we thank God that we are all good and everything is, by the grace of God, in 2 months' time, everything will be okay.
All right, guys. I really appreciate your concern and of course your contribution to this channel today. And I just have to leave you guys right now to continue doing your work because very shortly we'll be going for a show, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much, OJ.
All right. So Jeffrey and Aped the Great here, and they are preparing for their programs. So thank you, guys. And of course, our boss is here, the man the man who, of course, will be, who is preparing the script I'm going to read very, very shortly, the new script. Mr. Abdul, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Yeah, you can see that he's busy looking at the screen. In fact, time is against him right now, so I just have to. Yes, allow him be, so that there won't be any mistake, while preparing the scripts. Okay, so viewers, that is it. So shortly I'll be going to the studio. You will see me, taking the news and doing other program for today before I hand over to that man you are seeing right now, and then to this man also much later, who will be taking, the listeners to the next level before we close our transmission for the day. So I'll see you shortly. Thank you very much. See you in the studio. Okay, all right, everyone. It's time for the news now, and I'm about, reading the news bulletin from now, and this man will be the man to capture me for you guys out there. Okay, so wish me well on the Kaza News. I'll be right back.
Wherever the news and whenever the news is breaking, Vision News will bring you the news every day, 6 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. Listen to Vision News for the most authoritative news. Vision FM 92.1, your most authoritative source for news. And that is confirmed.
From our studios to the world, this is 92.1 Vision News.
The time is 6 o'clock. Good evening, everyone. My name is Omike Joseph Matthew. Today is Wednesday, 17th June 2020, which is equivalent to 25th Shawwal 1441 in the Islamic calendar. First, the highlights. All Progressives Congress National Working Committee affirms Ajimobi as acting chairman. Security chiefs storm Katsina following protest over rising spates of insecurity. South African authorities arrest 8 suspects over notorious bank scandal. And the English Football League confirms 12 positive COVID-19 tests across 10 clubs ahead of restart of league. These stories and more coming up shortly. Thanks for joining us, and now the news in detail. The Deputy National Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Victor Gedum, took over reign as acting national chairman of the party at the party secretariat. While addressing newsmen at the party secretariat that was cordoned off by security agents, Gedum called on Edo State governorship aspirants to come for fresh screening, as he said the initial one, which disqualified Governor Godwin Obaseki, had been cancelled.
Presiding officer in the National Working Committee will therefore cancel the decision of the screening and appeal committee of the former chairman of the party on the Edo primary. This is in strict compliance with the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that forbids anyone who is interested in the court to be a judge in that same court. We therefore ask all aspirants in the governorship primary to report for fresh screening between today and tomorrow. I call on all aspirants to remain in the All Progressive Congress as we go.
The event took another turn when some members of the National Working Committee of the party, led by the party's National Vice Chairman South, Hilard Etta, told journalists that Gedam was no longer a member of the Working Committee and does not have powers to annul the screening done by the Adams Oshomole Constituted Committee. He also upheld the acting chairmanship of Senator Abiola Ajimobi.
Chief Victor Diadom had long ceased to be a member of the NWC. He had resigned his membership, voluntarily resigned his membership to be able, because that is the law, to be able to contest as deputy governorship candidate of our party. And I used to pretend over the South. At no time did we present Chief Victor Diadom again to come back to the NWC. It is in fantasy land that he can be able to create this kind of scenario.
Hilard went further to announce Igbo State Governor Hope Uzodinma as the chairman of the Edo State panel to conduct the primary election for the APC in the state. Our correspondent Babatunde Ayeni reports that APC had earlier issued a statement that Senator Ajimobi should act as national chairman of the party following the appeal court order sitting in Abuja. You're listening to the news on Vision FM 92.1, your community-friendly radio. We're going for a short break now. When we return, more stories. Stay tuned.
However the news, wherever the news, and whenever the news is breaking, Vision News will bring you the news every day, 6 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. Listen to Vision News for the most authoritative news. Vision FM 92.1, your most authoritative source for news. And that is confirmed.
Welcome back to the news on Vision FM 92.1 and now the rest of the stories. Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje has faulted the report by the federal government that over 50% of the mass deaths recorded in the state in April were associated with COVID-19. Recall that the Minister of Health, Osage Ihanire, at a presidential task force briefing in Abuja had said a total of 979 people died as a result of strange illnesses in Kano over a 5-week period. The minister also said the federal government's team sent to the state to verify the cause of the death confirmed that 50 to 60% of the death may have been triggered by COVID-19. And now, foreign news. South African authorities have arrested 8 people suspected of illegally siphoning about $133.87 million from small lender VBS Mutual Bank, which collapsed in 2018 because of the corruption scandal. Head of South Africa's Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, Godfrey Libya, said 4 of the suspects were already in custody. 3 were due to turn themselves in tomorrow, and 8 suspects had agreed to appear after clearing COVID-19 quarantine. And now to the world of sports. The English Football League has confirmed that 8 individuals from 6 championship clubs tested positive for the coronavirus just 3 days before the season gets back underway. Promotion chasing Brentford confirmed one of the positive tests, though the identity of the individual was not disclosed. A total of 2,213 players and club staff were tested among the championship's 24 clubs. The English second tier is due to restart on Saturday, June 20, with each club having 9 fixtures still to play. A statement from the EFL said players or club staff who have tested positive will self-isolate in line with the guidelines provided by the league, and only those who have tested negative will be permitted to enter training facilities. That ends the news at this hour. Please be conscious that keeping Abuja clean is everybody's responsibility. Before we go, another look at stories that made headlines. The Minister of Power, Saleh Maman, has hinted that Nigerians were expected to pay higher electricity tariff from next month. The National Security Advisor, Babagana Mangunu, has led top security officers to Katsina a day after a protest rocked the state capital over rising spate of insecurity. And from the foreign scene, South African authorities have arrested 8 people suspected of illegally siphoning about $133.87 million from small lender VBS Mutual Bank, which collapsed in 2018 because of the corruption scandal. And in sports, the English Football League has confirmed that 8 individuals from 6 championship clubs tested positive for the coronavirus just 3 days before the season gets back underway. On behalf of the news editor, Abdul Alugbere, I am Omike Joseph Matthew saying good evening and thanks for listening.
However the news, wherever the news, and whenever the news is breaking, Vision News will bring you the news every day, 6 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. Listen to Vision News for the most authoritative